Hey guys, welcome to Juicy Tea, where I read out the best stories on Reddit, so you don't have to. The funny, shocking, and satisfyingly juicy. Today's video is Who's in the Wrong Wednesday, where you get to decide who's right and who's wrong. Am I the a-hole for not paying for a meal I didn't eat? Posted by Libran3002. Last Sunday, I had a party with my friend group and our partners. We'd just be playing some games, having some drinks, and get a family-sized Chinese takeout menu. This was all discussed beforehand, along with the fact that I'd be bringing my girlfriend of 2 months, who has a peanut allergy. I brought up her peanut allergy multiple times because my friends like to prank each other by putting nuts in each other's beards when they're not looking. I really didn't want that to happen to my girlfriend, even on accident, for obvious reasons. I am absolutely disgusted by peanut butter, to the point where the smell makes me gag. My friends thought it'd be a funny idea to get Reese's peanut butter cups, put them on a nice plate, and say they're filled with chocolate cream, so they could watch me almost throw up when I bit into one. I was quite angry because if my girlfriend ate hers before I did mine, she'd have got into anaphylactic shock. I asked her if anyone had told her not to eat them or try to stop her grabbing one, but that wasn't the case. She didn't feel safe there anymore, and I was pissed because I made it very obvious that she has a peanut allergy. We'd already had a discussion in the past about tampering with food and drinks. They'd put vodka in my cola when I never drink and was a designated driver. Why do all their jokes involve endangering people? They've got a weird sense of humour. I explained why we were leaving and we said our goodbyes. They continued the party without us and ordered the Chinese takeout. The next day, I got a message saying I still had to pay my share of the Chinese bill. I refused because we didn't end up eating the Chinese they'd ordered after we left. My friends still insist that I pay for the Chinese because that's what we discussed beforehand. I told them they should have ordered less since they knew we weren't eating because we'd already left several hours beforehand. They should just figure it out themselves, either by splitting the remaining amount evenly or having the person who pulled the prank pay for it. They say I'm an a-hole, and I'm taking revenge because I'm still angry. But I feel like it's just fair, because they had 2+ hours to figure out an alternative, or discuss the new bill, and it was their fault that we left. So, am I the a-hole? What the hell? Who asked someone to chip in for a meal they weren't even there for? Is this like another one of their weird jokes that I don't get? Update. To answer the question, why am I still friends with them? Sarah Remco and I have been friends since childhood, and we still live within walking distance from each other, so we always remained friends. We completed different studies and have different hobbies, so we gained friends outside of each other. Through gaming, our 3 little friend groups became one big group. The pranks and such only began in the last 2 years, and there hasn't been any incidents since the alcohol prank, which was also the first major incident. So I thought all was well again. As for the update, I talked with Sarah today, and we both had some revelations. Sarah asked why my girlfriend was so upset about the prank when she knew about it. I said she didn't. Apparently, the nut allergy was mentioned by Frankie, the guy who pulled the prank, but he said he'd discussed it with my girlfriend and that it was fine. We asked him for a screenshot of the conversation, but he couldn't deliver, so that was obviously a lie. The money wasn't an issue either. Sarah deliberately didn't change what they ordered so they wouldn't have to look through the menu again, and so she wouldn't have to cook the next day. Splitting the bill with us was Remco's idea, and she'd vetoed it but didn't know that he'd still asked for it. So I'll definitely be ditching Remco and his friends, since they were also behind the alcohol prank, but I'm willing to give the others a chance in the hopes that all the bad apples are gone. Am I wrong for telling my girlfriend to rein in her daddy issues while we're visiting my family? Posted by a throwaway account. My girlfriend Shay, 27 female, and I, 26 male, are on a small vacation to my hometown. She's only ever met my dad and extended family, aunt, uncle and cousins over the phone, so I thought this would be a great opportunity to introduce her to everyone properly. But since we arrived, Shay's behaviour towards my dad has been seriously off-putting. For example, I thought it'd be fun if we all went horseback riding together. My younger cousins do it as a hobby, so I thought it'd be nice to do an activity we'd all like. But Shay wouldn't even get on the horse because she said she was scared. It's been years since I've been on a horse, but they were so calm and honestly, not a problem at all. I offered to stay with her while the others enjoyed themselves, but she insisted that I go because my dad already offered to stay behind. He usually doesn't go horseback riding either. Well, clearly not an activity everyone likes then. It was weird that she didn't want me there too, but I left it be. There have been other instances too. That's not an instant. She wasn't comfortable horseback riding, but didn't want to force you to stay with her and miss out on something you'd find fun. She's being very considerate here, unlike you. Like how she asked my dad to show her around town instead of staying with me and meeting my old friend from high school. It was an impromptu meetup. We literally ran into him while we were looking for somewhere to have lunch with my dad. But it would have been nice if she made the effort to get to know him instead of going with my dad. So she didn't bail on your dad, who she's on this trip to get to know, and gave you a chance to catch up with an old mate. What a bitch. The final straw was when we were all at my aunt's house for dinner. Shay made cupcakes. No, she didn't. Baking is kind of her thing, and she made some chocolate and peanut butter ones, specifically because they're my dad's favourite. She made a few other types of cupcakes too, but none of the others were my other relatives' favourite flavours. When we got back to our Airbnb, I confronted her. I know Shay's dad left when she was a teen, and then no contact, so I figured she might be clinging to my dad because it's nice to have a fatherly presence, and it's not something she's used to. I asked her, jokingly, to rein in her daddy issues and stop being so clingy with my dad. She blew up at me, telling me she's trying her best to fit in and that I've put no effort in making her feel welcome. Neither of us were willing to compromise, so I ended up sleeping elsewhere for the night. I need to talk things out with her today, but before I do, I want to make sure that I'm not in the wrong. Update. Okay, I get it, I'm wrong. Even though a lot of you were really harsh in the comments of my last post, I really appreciate the honesty and I think I needed it. I read every comment and understand I was wrong to joke about a potentially triggering topic around my girlfriend. Me joking about it was an a-hole thing to do, and any concerns I had, I should have said in a much better way. I went back to the Airbnb today, and you'll never guess who was there with my girlfriend. Yes, it was my father. He was in the kitchen cleaning up what looked to be leftovers from breakfast. The way he said that, it was like he caught his dad actually banging his girlfriend. He said he stopped by a cafe that's at the end of the street and bought us breakfast, but I wasn't there when he arrived. By that point, Shay had told him everything about our argument and he wasn't happy. Where was Shay when I arrived? My dad said she was in the shower and getting ready, and that they were going to go to my aunt's house to look for me. They both presumed that's where I was, considering I wasn't at the Airbnb, nor was I with my dad. We talked, and I helped him clean up their breakfast. While I did, I saw the receipt in the to-go bag. Considering the cafe he bought the breakfast in is literally 5 to 10 minutes away, and he came straight from there to the Airbnb, it's safe to assume he spent at least 2, maybe 2.5 hours at the Airbnb before I arrived. But sure, that's normal. Dude is so paranoid. I didn't bring this up or even question it. I've learned my lesson about bringing up stupid or immature concerns. My dad reiterated a lot of the things that people said in my post, like how Shay didn't want me to miss out on horseback riding, and that she wanted to give me time with my friend without being a third wheel. He said that his favourite cupcake flavour came up while they were walking around the town together. It was an embarrassing conversation, and while we didn't discuss everything I wanted to, it's a start. When my dad left, I spoke to Shay and apologised. She was really quiet, and when we talked about it further, she was crying a lot. Yeah, imagine getting accused of something like that, especially when you're already not feeling welcomed. The only thing she really said is that we had underlying issues from before this vacation, and that this whole ordeal just adds to it. We were supposed to go to a games night at my aunt's tonight, but Shay said she isn't going and that she wants some time to think. I respect that. I don't know if Shay wants me to stay at the Airbnb tonight or not, but I'm glad she didn't immediately break up with me, like some of you suggested. Edit, we broke up. She's staying at a hotel tonight and then leaving tomorrow. And then she became his new stepmom. Just kidding, that'd be a plot twist away. Down in the comments, ShuttleMum4 says, he should rein in his daddy issues. Am I the a-hole for not putting away my nair in my shower while my sister's kids are here? Posted by NoTop267. My sister's family is staying with us because our brother is getting married. Obviously, they're using my bathroom while they're here. I keep a bowl of nair in my shower and my niece, age 6, used it as shampoo. She didn't know what it was, and the words hair removal are small to be fair, and she's not the best reader. She didn't have it in long enough to remove all of her hair, but it has a few patches missing. The hair that's still there is this awful texture and brittle. My sister is thinking they're gonna have to cut it off, and my niece is really upset because she doesn't want to lose her hair. She's meant to be the flower girl at the wedding, by the way. My sister says it's my fault and is really mad at me for leaving it in the shower in the reach of her children. She says I should have known better than to have stuff like this around when there's little kids around. I told her I don't know why she would think that when I don't have kids and haven't even watched kids before. She said it was obvious and I'm either an idiot or vindictive because I had to give up my room, which wasn't true. I didn't like having to give up my room, but I didn't try to make her daughter bald. I think no one sucks here, it just sucks in general. That poor girl. And is it obvious? Honestly, I wouldn't have thought of things like nair if I had little kids over. I feel like the responsibility really is on the parents to make sure the environment is safe. But yeah, I wouldn't even blame them. A bowl of hair removal really doesn't stand out as something dangerous, so I wouldn't blame them if they missed it too. Sometimes sucky things just happen, and no one really is to blame. Hopefully you guys can go wig shopping and find her something really nice for the wedding. Perhaps a pretty colour that she doesn't usually get to dye her hair, so she feels excited about this instead of sad. Remember, I post new content every day, so subscribe for more juicy tea.